Yeah, we back. Now, today we're going to be talking about Oshay Duke Jackson and Tariq Nasheed. And in today's video, I'm going to be responding to a video put out by Oshay earlier today entitled, Tariq Nasheed drops these receipts on Dr. Umar Johnson. Now, in that video, Oshay was basically reacting to, I believe Dr. Umar Johnson recently got his citizenship in Ghana. Now, it's not only Dr. Umar Johnson, I believe it was hundreds of people in the diaspora, like over 500 people got their citizenship in Ghana as of recently. And not only that, the newly elected president of Ghana had his presidential inauguration in the last few days. So a lot of folks are in Ghana right now. Everybody who is somebody, they are in Ghana. Heads of state, foreign diplomats, captains of industry, black billionaires, everybody is in the building. I know the year just started, but I would say so far, the presidential inauguration in Ghana was probably the biggest black event held so far this year. A lot of black excellence in the building, a whole lot of money in the building. It was a star-studded event. And you know, I reacted to it especially because the man of the hour himself, Ibrahim Traore, has showed up to the event. And of course, if you watch that video, then you already know he shut it down. But for whatever reason, in the midst of all this black excellence and camaraderie, guys like Oshay Duke Jackson, guys like Tariq Nasheed took it upon themselves to not only disrespect the event, throw shade on the event, but actually launch a complete slander campaign against the country of Ghana altogether. So that's what I'm going to be reacting to in today's video, right? And also, this situation made me realize that when it comes to this space, when it comes to this YouTube space, or just the space of black empowerment altogether, there are two archetypes of black men, right? And I would classify guys like Oshay Duke Jackson, Tariq Nasheed under the category of, I would call them General Langley type Negroes, right? General Langley, as you already know, general in the military, U.S. Marine, U.S. diplomat, basically the face of American interests on the African continent. And of course, as we already know, American interests are heavily tied to the interests of those of France and other European colonial imperial powers. So when you see guys like General Michael Langley, you got to understand that he is here to defend the interests of the foreign multinational corporations. He is here to defend U.S. military presence and influence on the African continent. He is here to make sure that the critical minerals and the natural resources in Africa are still available to the U.S. government. And if you remember, General Michael Langley had led a delegation to Niger to meet with the military government in Niger on behalf of the U.S. government. And General Chiani, the president of Niger, he didn't even show up to the meeting. Right? General Chiani was like, listen, we can't be wasting our time talking to these goddamn tethers trying to undermine our interests. And of course, as you know, shortly after that, General Chiani, the president of Niger, told the U.S. military it's time to go. That $100 million drone base, yeah, it's time to evacuate. As you can see, take a look up on the screen. Niger's General Chiani ignores U.S. delegation expected to meet with him in Niamey. Now, listen, on my channel and those who follow me, I would classify us as more so General Chiani type Negroes, right? We're not really compatible with the, General Michael Langley types like Oshay Duke Jackson and Tariq Nasheed and those who follow them. But anyways, I'm about to jump into this video from Oshay Duke Jackson. And you're going to understand what I'm saying when I say, listen, we just two different types of black men, right? These some Captain America, these some, oh, say, can you see? Because to be honest, I don't understand it, right? Like I said, when you see an event like this, right? The presidential inauguration in Ghana, where everybody who was somebody was in the building. Like I said, captains of industry, foreign diplomats, heads of state, a whole lot of money in the building, a whole lot of black excellence in the building. And then you come out with a bunch of videos slandering the country. Man, y'all some Captain America, y'all work for the Department of State, y'all some General Michael Langley type Negroes, and we just two different types of black men. Anyways, let's jump into this clips and I'm gonna come in and out my commentary.
And they started something around 2018, 2019, if I'm not mistaken. It was called the Year of Return. And the Year of Return was to invite the African diaspora to come back to the motherland. And this was a great marketing strategy. A lot of African Americans, or what you would now consider hashtag FBA, felt that this was a call for them to actually be free in their land of where maybe some of their ancestors came from.
Now, in that part of the video, Oshay basically starts out by setting the stage of the topic, talking about the Year of Return in Ghana. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but those who subscribe to the FBA identifier, I don't think they ever had any plans to go to the African continent or anything of that sort, right? These are individuals who believe that they are Native American, indigenous Indians. They believe that their ancestors were roaming the plains of North America and Central America and South America. So they have no connection to Africa in the first place, right? They'll tell you this themselves according to their doctrine. Now, I don't know why he's singling out Ghana, because Ghana was not the only country on the African continent that had a similar initiative, right? I believe also you had nations such as Sierra Leone, right? Take a look up on the screen. Sierra Leone became the first African nation to formally give people citizenship if they can prove they have ancestral ties to the country. And also you had Benin, right? Benin proposes law to grant citizenship to African descendants. Take a look up on the screen. Look at this article. When Nadege Anelka first came to the West African country of Benin from her home island of Martinique, the 57-year-old travel agent said she had a feeling of deja vu. A lot of the people reminded me of my grandparents, the way they wore their headscarves, their mannerisms, and their mentality. Now, and also, we already know about the deep connection between Benin and the Haitian Revolution. Take a look up on the screen. Adarabaya Toya, also known as Victoria Mantu, was a Dahomey warrior and freedom fighter in the army of Dessalines during the Haitian Revolution. Before the revolution, she and Dessalines had been enslaved on the same estate, and the two remained close throughout her life, with Dessalines calling her his aunt. Toya is believed to have been born in the kingdom of Dahomey in present-day Benin. Some sources indicate that she was a soldier there. It is unclear precisely when she was abducted and enslaved or when she arrived in Haiti. In 1804, Dessalines became emperor of Haiti, and he gave Toya the title of Duchess. Now, when you go to Benin in the modern day, as you can see, take a look up on the screen, Dessalines is highly respected. Dessalines is venerated in Benin as if he was a son of the soil, right? So there's that deep connection there between Benin and the Haitian Revolution especially. So I say all that to say, Ghana is not the only country that had this type of initiative. So I don't know why Oshay and Tariq decided to single out Ghana in this particular week of the presidential inauguration. When, like I said, a whole lot of black excellence in the building, whole lot of heads of state, foreign diplomats, black business leaders, captains of industry coming out with their families, all for the presidential inauguration. And instead of focusing on that, instead of focusing on the positive and uplifting the positive, like the fact that Ibrahim Traore came out and met the president of Ghana and everybody showed out and it was a beautiful event, everybody was dressed sharp, everything was lovely, right? Instead of focusing on the positive like I did in my video, y'all come out with these hit pieces. Y'all come out with these slander pieces, these propaganda pieces, throwing dirt on the entire country. But like I said, y'all some General Michael Langley type Negroes, right? And over here, we some General Assimi Goïta type Negroes. We some General Chiani type Negroes. We some Captain Ibrahim Traore type Negroes. We two different types of black men. Now, anyway, let's continue.
A lot of African Americans found life in Ghana to be very difficult. A lot of people got scammed. A lot of people lost their money. And there was not a lot of assistance from the Ghanaian government, who was asking them to come out and resettle. And that's interesting because there's another scammer that was also in America at the same time, failing to build a school. His name is Dr. Umar Johnson. What is the relationship between Ghana and Dr. Umar Johnson? Well, now Dr. Umar Johnson has received citizenship. And that's very interesting because a country who's known for not doing things right with its money and mismanaging its economy, partnering up with Dr. Umar Johnson, who's known for doing the same, seems to be a match made in heaven.
All right, we back. Now, like I said, on the heels of this legendary event, right? High profile event, the presidential inauguration in Ghana, every black man of importance in the world was in the building, right? But what is Tariq Nasheed and what is Oshay Duke Jackson talking about? Oh, Dr. Umar Johnson get his citizenship. Oh, don't go to Ghana, they scamming, right? This is the narrative that he's promoting on the heels of this event. Like I said, these are some General Michael Langley type Negroes, right? These are some Star Spangled Banner, red, white, and blue stars and stripes type Negroes. And also in that part of the video, he also discourages any investment into Ghana by saying that you might lose your money. Well, like I said, bro, I know individuals who came to America for a so-called better life, sold their goddamn land, sold their cattle, sold everything in their name, right? Sold everything they had in their name in their home country to come to America, lost everything, ended up on the street, ended up homeless, ended up on drugs, ended up on crack. And on the same token, I know individuals who came to America and made it big, right? Made millions, drive Mercedes, got beautiful houses. And I assume it's the same thing for anybody migrating anywhere. You're gonna have your success stories, you're gonna have your failures. That's how it goes. That's the reality of the matter. And also in that clip, he asked the question, what is the relationship between Dr. Umar Johnson and Ghana? Bro, there is no connection. Dr. Umar Johnson is a guest. He came on a visa. He came to attend the inauguration. He got some citizenship. He had a speaking engagement. He got paid for the speaking engagement, and that's it. That's it. Dr. Umar Johnson was not the most high-profile black man in the building. You had multiple black billionaires. You had multiple black captains of industry in the building that are way more important, that were way more powerful than Dr. Umar Johnson. You had like 30 heads of state in Ghana for the event. So you're talking about Dr. Umar Johnson. Compared to all the other black men in the building, Dr. Umar Johnson is nothing compared to all the other black men that were also in attendance. So like I said, this video is nothing but a bunch of propaganda. It's a bullshit video made for clicks and views and ad money. And it just goes to show how a lot of so-called media personalities like Oshay Duke Jackson, Tariq Nasheed are very out of touch, because nobody is even thinking about Dr. Umar Johnson, right? Nobody was thinking about Dr. Umar Johnson. Everybody was talking about the fact that Ibrahim Traore came to the event. That was the story. That was the headline. Nobody was thinking about Dr. Umar Johnson. But like I said, these guys are some General Michael Langley type Negroes. What can you expect? What can you expect? This man Oshay said Ghana, the entire country of Ghana, the government of Ghana, was partnering with Dr. Umar Johnson. Are you serious? Do you know how many intellectuals and business leaders from all over the world that the president of Ghana has on speed dial? Are you serious right now, bro? You really think Dr. Umar Johnson was their secret weapon? Are you serious? Like I said, out of all the high profile black men that came to the event, you want to focus on Dr. Umar Johnson. Wow. And to be honest, Oshay, the only money you're about to get from this video is like what? Like $100, $150? So you spewing all these false allegations, all this slander and defamation, all for $100, $150, right? Truly a shame. Anyway, let's continue.
This has gotten the attention of Tariq Nasheed. As we know, Tariq Nasheed and Dr. Umar Johnson are not on the best terms, but again, it's not a whole lot of beef at this point. But Tariq Nasheed did realize that Dr. Umar Johnson got citizenship. He said this.
From my perspective, it looks like they're trying to get some money. This looks like a little money grab, because from what I understand, Ghana is in debt to China. And China is like shaking them pockets like, hey, where's my bread? So there's like, hey, my FBA, come home to Mother Africa. It's like, okay.
Got him! And the thing is that because Ghana might be having a tough time in its economy, well, a guy like Dr. Umar Johnson is an influencer. So Dr. Umar Johnson can direct African Americans or his base to either go resettle in Ghana or to visit Ghana, which adds up to a lot of money for the country of Ghana. Let's go.
Now, in that part of the clip, Oshay plays a recording from Tariq where Tariq basically saying that the government of Ghana is launching this initiative because they got to pay back their debt to China. Now, take a look up on the screen. Chinese creditors account for only 7% of Ghana's public debt. Now, take a look up on the screen. America owes China about $1 trillion. And China also owns 7% of the public debt of the United States. So I say all that to say, America and Ghana, in terms of their national debt, is at the same percentage to China. But if you listen to these Captain America, General Michael Langley type Negroes, you would assume that Ghana is crippled under the weight of Chinese debt. But when you dig under the surface, underneath their false narratives, you realize that the United States has the same exact percentage of debt to China as Ghana. And also, if we're talking about debt, take a look up on the screen. France's debt has risen to 112% of the GDP, up from 98% back in 2019, right? So France's debt is so crazy that it has now surpassed their GDP, meaning that they owe more money than they produce currently, right? Meaning that they spend more money than they produce currently, right? Which means the country is basically on the route to bankruptcy. But for whatever reason, I never see any videos when the diaspora wants to travel to France, vacation in France, go see the monuments in France, go see the museum in France, go see the Eiffel Tower in France. I never see any of these videos when those of us from the diaspora, who, to be honest, more of us from the diaspora travel to France than we do to Ghana, but how come I never see any slander pieces against traveling to France or investing in France or settling in France, right? You never hear that. But currently, France is crippled under the weight of debt. And like I said before, France is a bigger travel destination, vacation destination, tourist destination for the black diaspora than Ghana is. But why are you spending all your energy trying to discourage traveling to Ghana, trying to discourage investing in Ghana? I don't understand it. And now that I think about it, I've never heard Oshay Duke Jackson or Tariq Nasheed say a single bad word about France in the past couple years. Never heard y'all talk about the Sahel. Never heard y'all talk about Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Never heard y'all talk about anything revolutionary happening on the continent. But you want to spend your energy slandering Ghana during the week of the presidential inauguration because, like I said, y'all are some Captain America, General Michael Langley type Negroes. Y'all work for the Department of State. We don't fuck with y'all. We don't respect y'all. Fuck y'all. And to be honest, like I said, You spending all your time talking about Dr. Umar Johnson, but Charleston White already called out Tariq Nasheed for the smoke and he didn't want no smoke. Y'all wasting your time talking about Ghana, but Charleston White already called you out, Tariq, but Tariq ain't say nothing.
Listen up, black folks. This the type of nigga Tariq Nasheed ask us to check. You gotta check those.
Man, fuck Tariq. Tariq wanted to be a pimp at first. Niggas don't give a damn about no Tariq Nasheed. Nigga, fuck Tariq Nasheed. That nigga he started out wanting to be a pimp and couldn't pimp. So then he come trying to pimp on y'all. Nigga, we don't give a fuck about Tariq Nasheed. This grown ass man and got on here and repeated what Tariq Nasheed done said. This black son bitch done got on here and said Tariq. Nigga, fuck Tariq Nasheed. That nigga started out in the pimp group over there with goddamn me Rosebud and man, come on now. Nigga, don't do us like that, repeating what Tariq Nasheed said. Now, had you quoted Marcus Garvey, you probably would have had some, but this nigga done come with Tariq Nasheed. Nigga, fuck you and Tariq Nasheed.
Let's go back to Tariq Nasheed. To be fair, Tariq Nasheed is not against African Americans going to Africa.
And yeah, if y'all want to rock over there, hey, knock yourself out. And look, I'm down for trade. I love doing international business. That's why I don't mind people going over there. Go over there to Ghana and start setting up something where we can trade.
Listen, I don't understand this ideology. Like I said, y'all some Native American indigenous Indians from the Cherokee tribe. Like, I don't understand why you trying to come over to Africa and engage in it. Like, bro, y'all not Africans, according to your doctrine. And second of all, African nations already engage in international business with Americans. The former Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, made several state visits to African nations in the past year to increase bilateral economic cooperation, which means that there's already international trade going down. There's already import-export going down. And also, we don't need any General Michael Langley type Negroes on the continent, okay? Y'all some double agents and your loyalty obviously lies with Washington, D.C. So stay where the fuck you at, to be honest with you, right? If you ain't on Pan-African business, if you ain't on Pan-African timing, stay where the fuck you at. Because you ain't gonna do nothing except destroy our relationship between the continent and the diaspora. Because when our brothers on the continent see us coming from the diaspora, they're not able to differentiate. Are you a, FBA, Captain America type Negro, or are you a real black man? They don't know how to tell the difference. They don't know how to tell the difference between if you are a black man with positive intentions or if you are a two-faced Captain America type Negro. So when they see videos like this, Slander in Ghana, especially during the monumental week of the presidential inauguration, they just automatically assume all of us from the diaspora are ignorant like y'all two dumbass niggas. So that's why I got to make the separation. I got to make the delineation and let it be known. All of us in the diaspora are not on this type of time. All of us in the diaspora, we don't see the world like these two dumbass niggas. We got to delineate and separate. Because like I said, it's two different types of black men, two archetypes of black men. The General Michael Langley type Negro and the General Chiani type Negro. The Captain Ibrahim Traore type Negro. The General Assimi Goïta type Negro. So like I said, especially due to the fact that I have high-ranking African elites that follow my channel, I just have to let it be known. All of us ain't like that. This is a fringe group called FBA. They believe they're indigenous Native American booty scratchers. They don't got nothing to do with us. We are Pan-African. We love our people. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's continue.
What does citizenship really look like? What does it entail? I believe Tariq also answered that question. And it's something that Dr. Umar Johnson should be able to express to his audience, but we all know it's a money grab. I personally believe that Dr. Umar Johnson didn't go to Ghana on his own dime. Dr. Umar Johnson don't have his own dime. I believe that he was paid as an influencer to get citizenship in Ghana. Dr. Umar Johnson doesn't do any business in Ghana. Dr. Umar Johnson is just out there with the scams, and now he has an African country behind him who wants to help him pull it off.
Now, in this part of the video, Oshay Duke Jackson continues with the lies, slander, and propaganda and the defamation against Ghana, basically saying that, the Ghanaian government is standing behind Dr. Umar Johnson to pull off scams. I mean, goddamn, bro. So the Ghanaian government needs to collaborate with Dr. Umar Johnson, right? So do you know who else was in attendance in the inauguration? Aliko Dangote, right? One of the richest black men walking the face of the earth was also in attendance at the inauguration. And he has business interests in Ghana. Multi-billion-dollar black man. Also in attendance at the inauguration was Tony Elumelu, right? Nigerian banker, worth over $500 million. Also in attendance, you had Abdul Samad Rabiu, right? Billionaire black man, captain of industry. Just between these men alone, these three men I just named at the inauguration, over $15 billion just Those 3 black men alone. So you think the government of Ghana had to call on Dr. Umar Johnson to help them save the economy? My God, bro, y'all some amateur propagandists. Y'all can't even do propaganda right. Your propaganda is not even believable. And the ironic thing is, Oshay Duke Jackson talking about, oh, it's a money grab. This whole video is a money grab. You're doing this video for the clicks, likes, and the views, and the ad money. Your whole entire YouTube channel is a money grab. All you talk about is celebrity gossip. You a grown-ass man, 40 years old, talking about celebrity gossip for a living. Your whole existence is a money grab. You are a walking, talking, breathing money grab. Your channel is garbage. But anyways, man, I seen this comment in the comment section of your video, your trash video. This brother said this. This whole commentary was garbage. Tariq was roaming in Africa a few years back wanting citizenship. The sad part was he didn't want to go through the due process. He thought he was going to automatically get citizenship of any African country once he landed. He didn't. And since then, he's been bashing Africa. He's more of a scammer than Umar.
Because a lot of people are asking about Ghana. Family, tomorrow, can everybody call the Ghana embassy here in Washington, D.C. and find out what the requirements are for dual citizenship or a right to abode? Let's just call them and find out. Let's call them and find out. And everybody email me the information because I'm doing a lot of stuff in the morning. But call them and find out what the requirements are. Because, again, we need some just-in-case options here.
Now, like I said, man, these guys, like I said, General Michael Langley type Negroes, Captain America type Negroes. We have to make the delineation and the separation, right? And you can tell when it comes to Oshay and Tariq, when they slander Africa, it's funny because everything they slander Africa for, the same thing happens all around the world, right? Like I said before, Oshay has said there are those who travel to Africa and they end up failing, right? They might lose their money. Well, there are those who come to America, sell everything they got and lose everything, end up on the street, right? There are those who come to America and lose their life, right? Driving a cab, pick up the wrong person driving a cab, get robbed, get shot, get killed. There are those who come to America and get scammed. I know individuals with $200,000 in student loan debt, right? To me, that's a scam. I know individuals who've been in the country for years upon years, still ain't got their citizenship, right? And we already know if you are an immigrant coming to the country, you're not automatically going to be accepted, right? Especially if you're a black immigrant and you got a heavy accent, right? You're definitely not going to automatically be accepted as one of us when you come to America, right? So the same exact thing they talk about happening on the continent is the same thing that happens all around the world. But that doesn't stop anybody from wanting to come and travel and immigrate to the United States. The same way, none of these slanderous videos and these defamation videos are going to stop anyone from traveling to the continent. So you're wasting your time, Oshay. You're wasting your time, Tariq. It is what it is. Like I said, we got to make the separation and the delineation, right? These are some General Michael Langley type Negroes. We have to identify it for what it is. But anyways, I want to reiterate, the presidential inauguration in Ghana, the biggest black event held so far this year. Shout out to the president of Ghana. Shout out to the new president, the new government in Ghana. Ibrahim Traore stole the show. Go watch my last video. It was a beautiful event. Everybody looked amazing. Everything was amazing. Got love for y'all, man. Don't listen to these General Michael Langley type Negroes, man. Don't listen to them, man. We gotta draw the line in the sand, bro. There's two archetypes of black men. The General Michael Langley type and the General Chiani type, right? The Captain Ibrahim Traore type, right? The General Assimi Goita type, right? So we gotta make the distinction and the separation. Anyways, man, it's your boy Nefakari. That's Salim back in the Billy. Yes, indeed. Cash App in the description. Support the channel, man. Support the album. Peace.
No. Feel like I'm 75. Know that your team be full of them traders, you know that can never be mine. I'm grabbing a thought when I drive. I'm back in my zone and we on. She said that she ready to come be my wife, yeah, hoping I don't do her wrong. I gave her my word in this bond. I'm whipping the best like a lamb. I mean no chicken and lamb. Accustomed to call me the man. I never be up on the gram. I'm keeping that way undercover. She want me to tell her I love her. I told her I'm breaking the rules. I told her we making the news. Back in my city, they loving me. Standing alone, I'm 100 deep. Enemy plotting and still in reach. They trying to make sure that we underneath. Trying to make sure that we never make it. Coming for power, come get acquainted. Coming for everything that I wanted. Feeling like Drake, but I really wrote it. Feeling like Kendrick, I'm checking names. Gotta roll up while I go insane. Got so much stress, I been gate away. Stuffing these racks in this Louis case. One thing for certain, I'm about to shake. Keep it 100 and nothing less. Stick with the family since day one. Had to stay down till my day come. Had to stay down, but I'm never patient. Hop on the mic and I'm motivated. Hop on the mic and I drive a classic. Haters can't see me, they copping glasses. Back in the studio, go make it match. Got a new tape and it's in production. Back on my business, I got a budget. Staying low key when I'm out in public. Feel like I'm 75. Know that your team be full of them traders, you know that can never be mine. I'm grabbing a thought when I drive. I'm back in my zone and we on. She said that she ready to come be my wifey and hoping I don't do her wrong. I gave her my word and it's bond. I'm webbing the best like a lamb. I'm eating no chicken and lamb. Accustomed to call me the man. I never be up on the gram. I'm keeping that way undercover. She want me to tell her I love her. I told her I'm breaking the rules. I told her we making the news.